Hello everyone! Today we're waiting for Willy to open so we can receive his rod. Why do we need his rod, you ask? Well, we're going to be examining the difference between bait and wild bait. Because for a long time I've been told that wild bait is that much better than regular bait and it's definitely worth it to gain access to it and make it. But today we're going to find out for sure and the facts will be everything. I'm going to be doing this at fishing level 4 to start. That's a pretty easy number. Most of you are probably there just casually fishing along the way, and we're simply going to buy the fiberglass rod because that's also accessible to everyone. And that's the middle rod, and it's the first rod that you can use lures and bait on, and it's all about the bait. If you're going to be doing lots of fishing, definitely get the upgraded rod. Always use bait. No matter what kind of bait it is, just do it. So, the regular bamboo pole that you get for free, 500 gold. If you happen to lose it because you're stupid, you have to buy another one. Upgrade to the fiberglass rod for 1800 gold as soon as you can, and my mistake, you cannot use lures on it, only bait, but that's okay, bait is the main thing. Simple bait will increase your bite chance by 50%. Now, simple bait simply reduces the time for a nibble by 50%, so that more or less means you're going to catch twice as many fish, and you have to wait twice as long before the bite, which is huge because I hate waiting for stuff. It only costs 5 gold for, I believe, 1. So 2400 gold, that's easy. 20 fish in a day, that's not unthinkable. That's actually really good money. You'll make your money back on bait, don't worry. Buy it when you want to fish. Just don't spend millions of gold on it because you're not going to catch hundreds of thousands of fish. Very conveniently also, bait can also be crafted out of bug meat. Right here. 1 bug meat turns into, I can't remember how many bait. Let's find out. Alright, so 1 bug meat simply turns into 5 bait. That's easy. If you're doing anything in the mines, any bug you kill is probably going to drop you bug meat. There you go, easy bait. Spend a bit of time in the mines, then you can fish for free. That's just extra profit. Like I said, it's worth buying the bait anyway because any fish you catch is going to be considerably worth more than the bait you use. If you're trying to make as much money as you can in the early season, or get your fishing skill as high as you can as fast as possible, definitely get the fiberglass rod and the bait. It will make it a lot easier. It's well worth the money. That 1800 gold you spend on a rod, you're going to make that back within a day, as long as you're fishing all day in the right spots. My favorite spot for fishing is simply right here, beside the lake. Cast toward the log. A lot of people like to go up to the top to the island and fish downward. That works too. You're a little bit closer to the log. I don't know if it really makes a difference. I make a ton of money just standing right here, or even right here if you're feeling special. Either way, fish here. Now, the way I'm going to do this is I'm simply going to fish for a certain amount of time, maybe 2 hours with regular bait, and then I'm going to switch to the upgraded bait to see really what difference it makes. I don't know if it's even actually going to be noticeable, but we'll see. So I'm going to wait till it's 12 o'clock even, and then start fishing. However many fish I catch in 2 hours says a lot. Alright, so 12 o'clock right now, let's start fishing. Of course, we should go maybe more so by bite rate rather than how many fish we actually catch, because there's a few extra factors that bait has nothing to do with, like my personal fishing ability. I might lose a few fish, whatever. There's the first one. It's a real fighter too. If they all go like this will be easy because I don't even have to do anything. What a nice surprise. First fish caught. Also, you might be saying, well, what if my fishing skill upgrades along the way? Well, I can reset it back to level 4 again. I have that ability. Okay, that was another bite, so that's 2. I just missed it because I'm dumb. Those are one of those extenuating factors that I can't do anything about. Well, I can, I just don't, because I'm stupid. Here's number 3. Okay, well, that should count, I think. So that's 3 so far. I gotta write these down. Keep going. 4. And again. It's actually hard to do this all at once. This one's a little bit longer. A little bit longer. The time of day isn't going to make a difference unless I pass into evening and different fish happen to bite. But I'm trying to do this as balanced as possible. Here's number 5. Largemouth bass. I hope I didn't lose count already. I don't think the numbers are going to change over a 2-hour period. I think you need to basically do it for an entire day, would be my theory on how to make a difference. That was number 6, more green algae. It's because my fishing skill isn't that high that I'm not really catching anything. I'm trying to write these numbers down left-handed too, so this is a lot of fun. Number 7 is on the line, and it was 2 o'clock right there, so that's 7 bites in 2 hours. So to get a definitive result, we're going to need at least a few more with wild bait. I've just frozen time. I can reset it back to 12 o'clock, which I actually might, just to do this as balanced as possible. My fishing skill wouldn't have upgraded from those few fish. So I had 7 bites, 1 was a miss, 3 fish, and 3 algae. So I'd be curious also to see if the wild bait actually makes you catch more fish as opposed to algae. And we still have one undetermined, so I might purposely miss one bite from the other bait. I've just realized on this file, I don't even have the ability to get wild bait, so let's go through the process of how to do that. And that actually all starts with Linus here, who is not allowed to have fire. We've been through this before. Good morning, Linus. The crisp air of the wilderness is all I care to know. Well, that's why you're living in it, because you don't know anything. Now, to get the wild bait, it's pretty easy. All you gotta do is make friends with Linus. You need to be 4 hearts with him. It's the 4 heart event. After that, you'll get the wild bait recipe. And if you're wondering how to be friends with a little wild animal, well, it's actually pretty easy. You're probably gonna spend a lot of time in the early game going to the mines, going to the carpenter shop. Linus is always available. He's never behind a locked door. He's always outside, so he's readily accessible. He's in an area that's convenient for you. He likes a lot of things. But in the early game, if you want something to give him, spring onions are the way to do it, because they grow here every day in numerous numbers, except for today because I'm a liar. But here's 4 of them. Now, the thing with them, they're not particularly useful in any regard. 13 energy, 5 health, that's not a lot. They're worth very little money. They do work decently for energy if you want just a little bit more. But I usually use them as gifts for Linus because he actually really likes them and they're free. They just grow in the ground. So give 2 of those to him every week. Don't forget his birthday, whenever that is. You'll be 4 hearts with him in no time, and then you get the wild bait and you can make a whole bunch more money. Worth the investment. Here you go, my hungry little friend. This is a great gift, thank you. See what I mean? Pretty much anything you can feed him, he likes. But I like the spring onions because they're free and in abundance. They're probably the best use of them. Now, instead of skipping to the next day or two to actually get the recipe, I'm just going to do it all today. I realize that I cannot change days because I'll have different luck the next day and the results will be all messed up. I don't know what my luck is today, and I don't know if it's going to be the same tomorrow. It probably won't be. What you need to know? The wild bait is a crafting recipe. It's made from 10 fiber, 5 slime, and 5 bug meat, which are quite a bit of resources. The fiber is easy, that grows in abundance on your farm. If you can't find any fiber, there's never any really too far away. Like I said, it grows in abundance on your farm. You can find it in the mines. You can find it everywhere. You should hold on to it right from the beginning of the game. It's useless to sell and good for a lot of crafting recipes. And the bug meat, of course, pretty easy to find. Just kill bugs. It does take 5 bug meats to make 1 bit of wild bait. That's actually pretty expensive. But the real expensive part of making wild bait is the slimes. You need to have 5 slimes to make 1 thing of wild bait. And 5 slimes are not actually that easy to gather. You kill 1 slime, you get 1 slime. That's not even guaranteed. You kill another one, you get another one. 5 of those to make 1 bit of wild bait. I mean, if you have a bunch lying around, that's easy. But if you have to go mining every time you want to make it, not worth your time. So again, to reiterate, wild bait made from 5 bug meat, 5 slime, 10 fiber. See, just looking at it, that's so many more resources than it has to be. And is the benefit worth it? I'm starting to doubt it. I used to always tell people it absolutely was, but I don't think so now that I actually look at the resources. Like I said, if you have the resources in abundance, great, totally worth it, do it. But don't go farming the resources because it's not going to be worth your time. It does look kind of interesting once it's made though. Wild bait, a unique recipe from Linus. It appeals to all fish. Well, we're going to go ahead and throw that on the fishing rod, take the bait away, and then do the same experiment. All I've got to do, change the time back to 12 o'clock. I've got to unfreeze time first, otherwise it won't let me do that. Actually, we're going to go back to 11, that way I have a bit of time building up to it. So again, the number to beat was 7 items caught. There was 3 fish, 3 green algae, and 1 bite. I'm just going to catch everything that I can along the way. I'm not going to do the missed bite thing. I'm probably going to miss one anyway. But just for the sake of doing it uniformly, I'm just going to try and catch everything I catch. It's all about the bite rate. The bite rate is what we're after. I don't think the bait makes you catch any more fish. I could be wrong, but I think it's just a bite rate. So as many things as you can reel in, starting at 12 all the way to 2. Our first thing, hopefully a fish. That actually took a little bit longer than I wanted it to. It's all about how long it takes for a fish to bite. There's a treasure chest. This would have nothing to do with treasure chests. That's just a lucky extra find. Catfish, bullhead, same thing. All right, hopefully this isn't eating up time. I don't care about that. So that's 1. I gotta remember to write these down. Ooh, right away a bite. No time for writing down even. Gotta catch a fish. Fish number 2, so that's 2 fish and 2 bites. Interesting. Another bullhead. I didn't catch any bullheads on the other one. There's number 3 already, so we're on pretty good pace. That's an algae. And I wasn't paying attention to that cast. That's okay. Didn't lose too much time there. Pretty sloppy experiment so far, but I like it. This is number 4, also a fish. Interesting. Because the fish will make a huge difference Obviously, fish are worth a lot more money. The algae is kind of useful. I basically just eat it for energy so I can take another cast, catch another fish. This one's taken a while. So again, this is the same day, the same time of day, the same luck. Fish number 5. Sorry, bite number 5, not fish number 5. Gotta cast again. Hopefully we continue catching fish. Like I said, I don't think the numbers are really going to be different over a 2-hour period. There's just not big enough difference between the bait and wild bait. Number 6 is also a fish though, so catching more fish. Unless there's some hidden number mechanic formula to make wild bait catch more fish, it shouldn't really be a factor. So this will be number 7 right now. And it's another fish. And the treasure chest, I want to get that just because it's fun to get those. You never know what you're going to get. Maybe it'll be a treasure chest. That was number 7. Going to do that there. Oh, time doesn't pause right there. My mistake. Ooh, an anchor. There you go. That's a rare artifact. Time does pause in the menus though. So if I catch one more fish before 2 o'clock, I've caught one more in the same amount of time. And there it is. I don't think I'll get another one before 2 o'clock strikes. Though to be fair, I did catch my last fish on the other one at about 2 o'clock. So there's 8. And there's 2 o'clock now, so I'm going to rule this one bad. Here is what we caught. This time with regular bait, it was 3 fish, 3 algae, 1 miscellaneous, which could have been a fish, hard to say, but the numbers here are actually pretty defining. With the wild bait, 4 bullheads, 1 carp, 1 largemouth bass, 1 chub, and 1 green algae. So that was 7 fish compared to 3, plus the miscellaneous, and only 1 algae in comparison. Now, the numbers there do tell something. The bite rate itself isn't really enough to make a difference. That probably depends more on luck, unless you're going to fish the whole day. You're not really going to catch that many more fish, but the fish to crab value is kind of what the wild bait I think is all about. Because like it says, a unique recipe from Linus. Now, it does say it appeals to all fish, so that has to say something in itself. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but maybe that just means you catch more of the certain fish, like the bullhead. I caught 4 of those and didn't catch any the first time around. So I would suspect that the wild bait maybe does actually make you catch more fish as compared to algae and other useless things. The actual numbers, bait will reduce your nibble time by 50%, so you catch roughly 50% more fish. Wild bait jumps it up to 62.5%. That's not a huge difference. That's 12.5%. So like I said, over a 2-hour period, that's not really even going to be 1 extra fish. That's going to depend on luck more than anything. Over the course of an entire day, yeah, you'll catch a few extra things. But if it helps you catch more fish and less crap, then that's way better. Because the first time, like I said, I caught roughly 50% useless green algae. The second time, it was like 10% useless stuff. So if those are the real numbers, if that's the way it works, wild bait is absolutely worth your time. That at this point is mostly my opinion. There is a little bit of fact to back that up, but still not really enough to verify that. But it does look that way, so those of you out there, it might be worth befriending Linus. That can't hurt anyway. You'll get the wild bait recipe, gather the resources you need for it, get it. Linus will also send it to you in the mail sometimes, if not regular bait. Don't ever fish without bait if you can help it, because you'll catch whatever it is, 50% less fish. Anyways, I hope I've made this idea a little bit clearer for you. I know I was kind of a mess in the middle of the video trying to put it all together. But to summarize, using wild bait, you will catch fish 12.5% faster than you will with regular bait. Use wild bait over regular bait when possible. Gather those resources. It's probably worth it. If you catch that many more fish, it is absolutely worth it. You can make a lot more money in the early game with wild bait than I've ever made before. And I've made something like 150,000 the first season just fishing. Other than that, if you haven't seen my channel before, check it out now. Lots of other videos in there just like this. Good ones, bad ones, all sorts of stuff. New videos out every day. New videos, new ideas, all sorts of crap coming your way. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.